Guys, welcome back to the channel. It's the 14th of April. We're taking a look at Pangolin this Sunday morning. PNG USD is the ticker symbol here on tradingview.com. Coinbase here is the data daily chart. So the time frame we're going to be looking at today. Pretty nasty day we had yesterday in the markets for Pangolin, Bitcoin. Pretty much across the board, things were pretty ugly as some distribution really hit. The markets got some follow through to the downside. Guys, let's talk about a couple levels here for PNG. Welcome to the channel. So we had a very large move lower in price, down 13.4 yesterday for PNG. We took out some important levels. We made a solid lower low yesterday. We took out the lows over here from the 3rd of April. We have a couple different scenarios to talk about here for PNG. We have a double bottom in place, lower low, lower high, lower low. So for this double bottom to be a confirmation, a breakout, which would be a higher price, you would look for a break above the level over here on the 9th of April. That would be 57 cents. So you would look for a move higher above that 57 area. Now there's a chance that could happen. Sometimes after these large distribution days, we'll see that'll be the bottom for a period of time, and we'll get a pretty bullish leg higher. At the end of the video, we're going to drop over into Bitcoin. Something of concern, though, is yesterday's price action for PNG was quite bearish. It's not like we got a double bottom and didn't take out important areas. We took out important areas. We made we have a lower high. We have a lower low. We're finding some resistance today. Let me zoom in on the charts here so you could see this if you're on a smaller device. So here we are, really zoomed in on the charts. We have, this was support on the 3rd of April, these lows. So my level on the right-hand side would be 42,499. You can see today we traded up into that level and the market pushed it back down. So what was once support right now is resistance. That's not good. The sooner the price can get back above the 42,499 level, the better. Right now, it's acting as resistance. If it can't get its act together and move higher, there's a good chance this will be resistance and the price will trade sideways to lower, over the next couple days or even, longer couple weeks. We'll see. Also, we want to see the lows from yesterday hold. We don't want to print new lows. The longer the time goes by that we don't take out the lows from yesterday, the better. So if we trade sideways for a bit and start to move higher, that'd be great. If we start to test these lows again, which is very possible, that would not be good. That would tell me that the selling is not over and we're heading lower. Potentially much lower. We're not too far off from the lows over here on the 20th. If we start to undercut, like I said, yesterday's lows, which are very close to the 20th lows, those are 35 cents. There's a good chance we're going to find ourselves quickly at 34, and then below that is 28. So let's hope the distribution is over, but I don't want to ignore that yesterday was a pretty ugly day, taking out some pretty major important areas that did not hold. So the sooner we get back above 42,499, the better. Let's say the lows do hold from yesterday and we're in the early, we're one day into a new rally higher here. Perhaps the double bottom breakout takes place, which would be like a 57 entry. We have some new targets we want to talk about to the upside if this thing does decide to rally from here. But I'm not going to ignore yesterday was quite bearish. So we could just be in the early stages of a downtrend here, a further downtrend, I should say. Upside targets, guys, if we rally are 55. That's a new level. We have 59's a new level, which takes us obviously above the double bottom entry. We also have one at 63.6. That takes us above the highs over here on the 29th and 28th of March. We also have one way up there at 68.550. That's a very nice level. Way up there, 68.550. So, there's a good chance we're not going to end up here up these levels in one day. We got some work to do, and it starts with getting a back above 42.499. It's an important area to keep your eyes on, guys, as Pangolin continues to trade here into this Sunday and starting a new week tomorrow, the 15th of April. So, quick recap here, guys. We are in a confirmed downtrend, short term. We have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have a change in trend to the downside. Also, that's a really diving into it approach. But don't forget, PNG is in a much larger basing structure. We still have a low that was on the 20th, and we still have a high that was over on the 27th of February. So we're still just within a large consolidation, but zooming in, we have a new downtrend beginning. And it might be over. We might have saw the lows, and we're going to rally from here. But I just want to point that out. The last time we had a similar sell-off was back in here. We have a, so far a higher low. We have a lower high. We have a lower low. And those lows, they held. Then we rallied here into an uptrend, which was, short-lived. And now we're back into here, higher low, lower high, lower low. Now, do we get a rally from here, getting us up to those targets we talked about? So time will tell, guys. Let's take a look over at Bitcoin before we wrap this video up here. BTC, similar to the PNG chart. We took out some important lows yesterday. We did find support, though, at the 62.206 3/4. We have resistance right up there at like 64.375. Old support flipped into resistance. Today's action, having a tough time getting back up above that 64.375. If the lows are in and we rally from here, which is possible, we have two new targets for Bitcoin. Obviously, we have some work to do before we get there. Those are 73,804. 78,980. We have some work to do, but those are new targets. If we start to make new lows and taking out the lows from yesterday, which is also possible, then those targets will not be valid, and we will have to come up with some new targets once we start to get a new rally here. So, a couple takeaways. Keep an eye on yesterday's lows. Look for a close above 64.375. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Let me know your thoughts on Bitcoin, on Pangolin, down in the comments. If you are not yet subscribed, go ahead and do so. Join us here. Appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. Guys, take care.